Alrighty, welcome everybody. It is Thursday, July 3rd, day before the 4th of July. Markets are closing early. Let's get some trades on or out of trades, get some things rolled. We can look at charts. I'm going to keep that really short today because I want to make sure we get in and get our trades moved and get our covered calls rolled and anything else we got to do. So without further ado, let's just jump in and let's take a look at some charts. Okay. I was going to spend 15 minutes. I've never been able to get this done in 15 minutes, but we're going to try today. So let's get rolling. All right. Keeping it short, let's start here briefly. UNH, we're in this thing a couple of different ways here. I love this stock right now just for the short term. I hate the stock, but I like it right now. We're gonna just keep making money as long as this thing allows us to keep moving through. We did this in the Zoom yesterday with Igor and I covered this one, but I did a uh, put credit spread yesterday. That trade was at 418. So that trade was put in yesterday. It is a 23 DTE put credit spread on UNH yesterday. We're up a bit on the session today, up a little over $2. We had a really big spike the day before. Yesterday, it dropped down significantly on the news of another company pulling their guidance for the year, but it didn't have anything to do with United Health. I feel sometimes when you get those opportunities, okay, and I don't know if Igor mentioned it yesterday, but yeah, with just because one company, you know, catches a cold doesn't mean everyone else in the industry or in that sector gets sick, but they influenced the stock. So a nice pullback on UNH yesterday. I think it gave us an opportunity to get in. It's still on this kind of short-term path. Overall, it's a bit of a bear flag, which if we break to the downside could be no bueno for this thing. But for right now, I think we move up, and I covered it in the training yesterday. But analysts put fair value at this thing over $1,200 on the stock. Okay, and we're selling at 300. So this thing is at a tremendous discount to its fair value. I think it opens up an opportunity to trade. I think there's a huge gap up here that I think at some point we're going to try to fill. I would think 400 is a good target for this thing. We're going to just keep selling or just keep trading this as we go. So there's UNH a little bit on that one as we go. Taking a quick look, on the E-mini futures, just a phenomenal 2 weeks. This thing has just gone up straight. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, almost nine up days in a row. One little, hiccup in there. So this thing is really getting overextended. RSI is at 76. It is overdone. It's a holiday shortened week, which means there's chances here. These things usually run positive weeks of holidays. I think next week would not be surprising to get a pullback, although we felt that could happen. I'm just cautious here on ES. I'm not putting on anything new in ES. For me, this is just a hold because it's overbought right now. If you want to do something in here, you can do something that's maybe defined risk, like a butterfly trade, or if you want to buy calls or something like that, because you think it's going to go higher, fine. We're at the top of the Bollinger Band, the top of the three ATR band on this thing. It is, to me, just too far overdone, and it needs a pullback. So I'm going to be very cautious. No trades for me on ES unless it's something that's a little bit more specific to a campaign style trade. All right, crude oil. Let's take a quick look, run through crude oil here. It had its big spike during that little Middle East conflict between Iran and Israel. It's come back down. It's just kind of settled in. A little bit of a pop yesterday here overall. I think it still continues a little bit of a bullish trend, and I think there's a bid below it with these tensions and things like that could flare up at any given point in time. But we're down today, pulling back. I think oil still sets up really, really well for a 112 trade. I think you get a little bit of a bid below it. You're in an uptrend. I think if you put on a 112, you can capture a trap if we do pull back. That way you have no risk to the upside. If we do take off in here, you're kind of trapped with this anchored VWAP from May 5th and the anchored VWAP from January 15th that we broke temporarily, and then it's been a point of resistance. So this white line here as the anchored VWAP from January, that's been a pretty good resistance level, at least this week. I'd want to see us break that uh, to get any kind of a big move. I just don't see a big move in oil's future. However, CL or oil futures still has a 31 IVR, so it's still a good opportunity. We have a 112 in here. It's up 35% in 6 days. I don't really want to piggyback another one on it right now, so I think I'll just wait. There's just no sense pushing a trade today over the long holiday weekend. I'm just going to stay out of it for now. But if I was going to do anything, it'd be a 112 on the futures. It's also, I think, a really good strangle opportunity. Now, I do have a couple strangles already on. So because of that, uh, I don't necessarily need a new one, but I think if I was going to put a trade on right now, I think the strangle would potentially be the trade that I would probably more favor here than the 112, especially since I already have one on. If I didn't have a 112 on, I'd probably do both. I'm going to talk myself into a strangle, but I like it here. I like us bouncing off of this, but we're right at the 21. We're bouncing off this trend line, but they're just stuck in these anchored VWAPs right at the 50-day moving averages on both. Perfect middle of the road RSI. I think strangle on oil is a good opportunity in here. Gold, I think gold continues to set itself up for a 112 trade. I think gold also sets itself up for a strangle. We're already in both of these on gold, so there's nothing that I'm going to add. But if you're looking for trades, I've got a Jade Lizard running, which is up 37% in 6 days. I've got a 112 that's up 9% in 2 days, and I've got a Strangle that's up 39, almost 40% in 9 days. So if any of those come off, I'll replace them. I don't want to add any more trades on gold here. I'm still very bullish on gold. Any pullback, especially like the one we had, for the last 2 weeks, hitting this uptrend line, which is almost a perfect hit to the uptrend line, bouncing off of that, bouncing off the 50-day, bouncing off the lower Bollinger Band. I think it's a great opportunity in here as gold just consolidates a bit. I'm still very bullish gold overall on things. And then as we look at ZB or bonds, bonds pulling back the last couple days, no real main issues in here. Still maintains this slow uptrend. We could break that uptrend, but I think we just consolidate here. I think we just stay in a range. I think ZB just continues to set itself up as a strangle opportunity. We've got one running in TLT. It's up 30% in 9 days. Instead of doing ZB, you could do either one. I did TLT just in case we have a big pullback for any reason. I would rather be assigned on TLT than ZB, but if you like the strangle trade and you're good with futures, I think ZB is a great strangle opportunity here. And if we pull back and we break these supports, which is the 50, the 21, and this uptrend channel, we break that and we come back down, I don't think we're going to retest these lows at all, but maybe we'll come back down, and tag maybe this lower Bollinger Band area. We did trigger a bearish PSAR today, so I would be a little hesitant right now to want to get super long on anything. Let's let it shake out. But I think a strangle opportunity is a really good trade opportunity in here. I'm not really wild on anything else. Copper makes no sense to me to strangle it, and I really don't like much else on copper to trade besides strangles. Silver, I think, is not a bad opportunity here, but I think there's better trades out there. You're in essentially in this ascending triangle, and silver has been trying to make a move. Okay, here it made a big pop, consolidated, and now maybe wants to make another pop. You're at the top of the Bollinger Band here, but you did trigger a bullish PSAR today. MACD is climbing, stochastic momentum's climbing, RSI down here is climbing. These are all good opportunities, in my opinion, uh, to trade. So I think if this thing breaks the upside here, I think we get some more run. I would not strangle silver, but potentially look at it from a long side trade on any kind of a breakout. Uh, Maybe it's a 112, maybe it's just a put credit spread, maybe you want to buy calls, whatever your breakout strategy is. I think you're heading that direction. RTY is off to the races. We called this one out on this ascending triangle. We called out that trade. It broke. It's been taking off. Really bullish on small caps in here. They continue to just crank their way higher. They're overdone. Top of the Bollinger Band, which continues to open up to the upside. This thing can still run. There's still momentum. It's getting overbought. Any pullback in here, I would consider wanting to get in on something. And then lastly, the Aussie dollar. With the weakness of the US dollar, this thing has just continued to inch its way higher. I don't know that it's a great strangle setup in here. I'd like to see some more weakness before we jump into that. All right, let's rock and roll into just a few stocks. I want to wrap this up on the charts in just a few minutes. Amazon, I think you're getting a little bit of a breakout opportunity here from this ascending triangle. Came back down, tested the previous resistance, which is now support, and is now bouncing. I think Amazon is a really good opportunity in here and any dip. So I think it's a buy the dip opportunity on Amazon, but I wouldn't be opposed to jumping into something here, at the top of the Bollinger Band, which is not always the greatest place to get long. I'd like to see some sort of pullback, but we did call this breakout. So if you want to play something that's defined risk or low risk, high reward, like again, broken wing butterfly or calls or the bull combo trades, any of those on Amazon, I think would be good. I think Nvidia is moving too far to the upside here. To me, it's not a trade right now that I would make. I don't want to get into anything for the long term. I don't want to get anything to the short term. We've got earnings coming up at some point down the road, but not for a while. It can continue to just melt higher. If you're in it, great. No reason to get out. If you're not in it, I just don't think I'm chasing. Hood, hard to get into it here at these levels on Hood, but I think any pullback on Hood is an opportunity. I would really want to get in more around this 21 or this uptrend line on Hood. If you're in it, great. If you're not, I'm not getting in at this point in time. Palantir here, though, did have a nice breakdown this week, hanging right around the 21 EMA. It might be starting to put in a little bit of a bottom and find some consolidation in here. I don't think this is the worst spot. We already put a trade in on Palantir, so I don't want to add another one here, but I did sell a naked put this week on Palantir in the investing account, in the lazy trader account. All right, Tesla, crazy week. Okay, on this thing, had been moving down for a week or two already. Big gap on Trump just making comments about Musk and Tesla and you know subsidiaries and stuff for this thing, but or subsidies, I should say. But I think it was fine. That was overblown. This was the opportunity. I called it out. If you were in that day, I called either Tesla, TSLA, or TSLL, the 2x leveraged. I suggested selling puts on that. If you did it, you made some pretty good money on this thing. I still don't think this is the bad spot to get in. You got two anchored VWAPs, one from the lows, one from the highs that you've been using as support. You broke it for one day, right back above it. I think this is not a bad spot on Tesla. I like where we are with all our Tesla trades. Meta, the pullback is nice. We're up a little bit today. I don't think it's a bad spot to get in. If it comes down and tests this previous resistance level, you had the break of the ascending triangle. It came back down. Maybe that's as far down of the retest as we get. Mixed signals. It's a little overdone. I'd like to see some more consolidation before we jump in. We've been talking about Google in this upward channel as Google continues to uh, rally off the bottom of the channel, back to the top, back to the bottom. It gets just channeling higher. I think this is a nice spot on Google. The spot was back here as the bounce. We called this bounce off of the anchored VWAP, as well as the Bollinger Band, the uptrend line. This was the spot to get in. Back around 168. It's up 10 points from there. So the move has been good. If you got in, you're doing great. If you didn't get in, I don't think it's a bad spot. But if it continues to climb higher, it'll be off the table for at least a little bit. Microsoft, too far up for me to want to play with that for now. Apple has made just an unbelievable move to the upside this week. We're in Apple. We got in with a poor man's covered call style trade. That trade's up nicely now for us, doing pretty well. I don't know that I want to get in here. It's on the weekly, not bad. You're running into this anchored VWAP. I think you got to give it a little time to see if, does it just take a little break? And if any break here, I think there's an opportunity on Apple. Let's go quickly. We got to switch into trades. Costco, I like the fact that it's on this support. I'd love to see a little bit of a movement here. I'd like to see RSI and stochastic momentum get moving along with the MACD. I think it's okay for like a poor man's covered call type of a setup in here. I think this is a great opportunity. I think long term, fantastic company and not a bad spot to get in long term. So if I was looking for a poor man's covered call new trade, okay, it'd be Costco. Of all of the stuff that we just looked at, I think Costco is the best setup. Amazon, maybe, but Costco better. Hims, I think you got to let things shake out and see where this company ends up. It looks like maybe uh, it's finding its legs a little bit in here. I think it's a little too early to jump back in, but I wouldn't be opposed to like a put credit spread or a naked put in here short term and just play a little bit of the bounce. And on Hims, I just wouldn't load the boat with this thing. It looked great here until Novo Nordisk pulled out. It looked like it was going to take off and break to the upside. Hasn't, obviously that news crushed it a bit. It's got to sort through that. Is that a big financial blow to the company and making serious changes to its fundamental outlooks? We'll see. I really liked the company previously. I don't know that that one thing is going to kill it, but it's certainly going to make a dent in things. I'm just a little cautious on that. Netflix was asked yesterday, was that enough pullback? I don't think so. But if you're swing trading, I think you could have played that or can still play a swing trade, but it's not a long-term or poor man's covered call or something for me at these levels yet. It's really taking off. We're in our poor man covered call on this thing. We own the leaps. I love it. It's doing great. Uber, I think this thing is about ready to pop again. So if you're taking a look at Uber, pull this line across, okay, you really have a pretty nice, longer term, ascending triangle a bit in here. There's a gap to be filled. Don't know if we'll fill that gap. If it breaks this previous resistance, that could be support. I'd look for the breakout, the retest, and then watch this thing potentially take off. Berkshire had an ugly day yesterday on this uptrend line, recovered it back today. I'm not really worried about Berkshire here. I still think this is a great opportunity for a poor man's covered call. If you're in it, I'd be just sticking it, and I think you're fine overall. And then Boeing, this thing continues to just be strong despite some of the news and things out there. Just had another engine failure recently, but nobody seems to be reporting on that. So right now, again, a break, a retest, and watch this thing go to the upside. All right, I think that covers most everything. Bitcoin continues to look strong. You've got really the highs, and then you've got this recent resistance level that we have been at. So one, two, three tests of this thing. Each time it's failed. Let's see what happens with Bitcoin. Do we fail off of that, or do we finally break it and start moving to the upside? Either way, I think Bitcoin looks nice for the consolidation because if you look at this thing over time, runs, consolidates, okay, run, consolidate here and keeps heading higher. I'm very bullish Bitcoin going forward, which means I'm bullish on IBIT as a trade to get in. And I'm also bullish on MicroStrategy or strategy now uh, on this. I still think this is, let's actually move this thing here. Um, any kind of a retest of this zone. On MicroStrategy, I think is a good opportunity in here. We'll continue to play this thing and use it as a poor man's covered call, kind of like our own personal MSTY. All right, there's all of the stocks. I don't want to get into anything drone related today. We'll cover that in another session. Let's get into our accounts. Give me 1 second, and we'll set this thing up to get our rolls in. All right, we got to get these rolls in before the end of this session. Okay, so hopefully you can see, we don't have to go through all of the trades. Oil, fine, nothing to do with that. We already covered that. We do have uh, a naked put here at 72%, another one here at 26%, nothing to do. We closed one already this week of our 112 trades, the 112Cs. We've only got two naked puts running. That thing's in great shape, nothing to do there. Gold, those three trades, we already covered those. All of those are doing good. Apple, all right, we'd already rolled this thing. So Apple's already been rolled out to next week. It's fine. It's already breaching this thing. We're fine on this trade. I don't have any problems with Apple, where we are. IBIT, we are in the money slightly today, which is fine. Doesn't really matter because we're going to roll this anything. So we're going to do a quick roll out to the 11th next week. I'd like to go right around the money on these things. I'm usually collecting on IBIT. Hang on. Got to do this quick. On IBIT, I'm averaging collecting right around 60 cents or so. So we can actually go out a little bit on this, give it a little bit of an upside move, and still do pretty well. So that's what we'll do on IBIT. We'll see if we can get that one rolled out. MicroStrategy in here. This one's got to get rolled. This thing's been a great trade. We made on the extrinsic alone on this thing, we made 1,220 bucks in 7 days on this thing. It's a little bit in, but we made so much money on it. It's fantastic, and the underlying is up over $4,000 now in the month. So we're going to roll. We'll do a quick roll. We're going to go out to next Friday. We're going to keep this thing right around at the money. I think $7 is what we've been averaging on this thing. So that's our plan, is to get around $7 each time. We're close to at the money. I don't think the 40 delta is a big stretch. It's not really far out of the money. So we'll go with that. We'll do the roll on that one. So we'll see if we can get filled. We're going to have to go back and probably clean up some of these. All right, MicroStrategy, we're filled. Boom, we're in. We'll book that one. QQQ. We made $400 worth of extrinsic value on this in a week. So we're going to roll this one. And we got to roll this. You got to look at the expirations to the 11th, next Friday. All right. And we're going to stick, there's the IBIT. We typically make about $5 on this thing. So we'll stick pretty close to at the money on this, right around the 558 on this, making about $4. We'll do that one as well. Okay. And then SPY. Okay. We've made $1,700, almost $1,800 on this trade. of extrinsic value. So I'll pay the intrinsic on this thing since we've blasted through it, and we'll roll this one as well. The bottom is up significantly, and we want to roll this out to 11th as well. Man, this one's really there. It's about 626 where we'll keep it right about $5. It's going to cost us some cash to roll and do it, but it's all good because the leaps themselves have made just a boatload of money on this thing. Overall, right now, the SPY leaps are now 75,721. 75,721. That puts this trade up almost 50% now in 20 weeks, or yeah, in 140 days. Not too bad. So we'll take that. There we go. We've rolled all of these. We'll get those posted for you guys. But you saw them here. We don't have to do anything on SPY 2. We also have this Strangle that's working. It's a little bit red by $100. I'm not worried about that. TLT, we got a Strangle here. It's up 30%. Nothing to do on that one. Tesla, we got a naked put on this thing. It's up 10% now in 6 days. Nothing to do there. And UNH, we're up 30% since yesterday on that naked put, or on that put credit spread. We're up 22% in 6 days and 46% in 13 days. We'll just keep making money on these as we go. And again, as we roll the covered calls, we're gaining on the long leaps, which is all fine with me. Nothing concerning on those. So those are all good. We've rolled. We're good. We're solid on this account. Let's get into the Lazy Trader account. Okay, and see what we got to still clean up here. All right, Amazon. So we've got an Amazon 0 DTE. This is a traditional poor man's covered call. Okay, super simple on this one. We're going to roll this out to the 11th as well. We like to go out of the money. If we're looking at Amazon, okay, it's above its 21-day moving average, which means we want to be down around, the 13 to 20 delta. So we'll do the 20 delta. Here is where we'll roll out to. So we want to stay out of the money on these, which is great. So this thing is working perfect. We're up 40% now in just over about 100 days on this trade. When we talked about this yesterday, Amazon's only up 10%. We're up 40% on our synthetic stock, while the mark stock, if you own the stock, you'd be up 10. We're up 40. Plus, we've been selling covered calls as well. Boeing, we already rolled that one, so nothing to do in there. Berkshire, we already rolled that one, and it continues to move, in a decent direction. We are down on the stock right now, but I'm fine with Berkshire. Hood, we just own naked puts, leaps on this thing. They're up $4,000 now for us in 100 days. So we'll take that at 90%. It's about time to close these at 90%. I'm not going to get much more out of it. IBIT in here, this is a traditional poor man's covered call. So if we're rolling this one, we look at IBIT. We determine, are we above the 21-day moving average? And we are, which means we want to roll this thing to around that 15 to 20 delta. So we're going to roll it out to the 65 here. And we'll see if we can get filled on that, which we did. Boom, that one's done. We don't have to worry about Misty. We don't have to worry about NVIDIA. Those are all just leaps. We're up, $6,000 on those things. They're all positive. Palantir, we're doing great on our naked puts and our leaps. Those are phenomenal. QQQ, we've got leap naked puts on these. These are all up great. SoFi, we've already rolled that thing. And we are up in 44 days over $8,000 on 81% on SoFi. That's doing fantastic. SPY leaps, and then a long call. That long call that we got into at the lows, fantastic. Buying at the lows, up $9,000, and then we're up about another $5,000 on these leaps. SPY, just again, distributions. TMF, we own the shares. This has been the drag on the account. It's fine. I'm not doing anything with that. Tesla, we have a poor man's covered call. This thing's going to expire worthless today. I'm probably going to let just that thing expire. So we're going to have to add a new one. I mean, we could close it for 3 cents. So I guess if you want to just do the roll and we close for 3 cents, that's fine. But Tesla quickly, is it above the 21? It's technically not, so we could go a little closer to the money. It's almost at the 21, but it's not. If it's at the 21, then we're going to do more like a 30 delta, 25 to 30 delta on the covered calls because we're under the 21. When we're over the 21, we're 15 to 20 delta. When we're under, we're more like 25 to 30 delta on the covered calls. So let's actually knock this one out. We want to do right around the 30 delta. Okay, so we want to stay out of the money. Okay, but we're going to be a little bit more conservative. We're not going to go as far out. I'm sorry, we're going to be a little bit more aggressive on this one because it's under the 21. So we'll stick there and we'll actually just roll this puppy out there. So we got Tesla taken care of as well. And then UNH, we have a covered call on this thing that's going to give us a full $800 of extrinsic, as well as making $3,000 so far in 10 days on the leaps. Fantastic. I'm loving this trade. We've also got a naked put sitting here at 45%, really doing well. This is a traditional poor man's covered call, so we're going to roll it out next week. Now, UNH is definitely below. It's definitely below its 21 EMA, so that means we'll do like the 30, 25 to 30, 35 delta, something in that line. Let's just give it a little bit, and we could probably go at the 35. We'll just stick around this 30 delta, and that's where the roll will be on that. We'll see if that gets filled. If it does not, we'll revisit it later. All right, hopefully this makes sense. This is just a lot of rolls today, a lot of stuff that I got to post for you. Let's look at the small account while we wait for that UNH one to move. Okay, hang tight on that one. Let's get into the small account. Where are you at? And I'll bring it up. Bear with me. I know it's not showing anything on the screen, so just hang tight, hang tight. I just want to make sure I get to the right accounts here with you guys. Okay, this small account is just having an unbelievable run right now. So let's get into this thing and work through the small account. Small account exists on 3 underlyings. Okay, you can see we've made this is a small account that's made almost $9,000 on Hood, $2,000 on IBIT, and over $2,000 on Mags. These are all pretty much at the money covered calls. So we're making the extrinsic while the underlyings go up even more. Love these. These are a little harder to roll. Let's just do some quick rolls on these. These are at the money covered calls on it. So we'll just roll that up. I don't mind paying the debit. Okay, so Hood done. Okay, because the underlying's moving up. Oh, we got filled on the UNH trade. All right, IBIT, same thing, at the money. So this is an income poor man's covered call in the small accounts, which is what's generating all of these gains. So we're going to go IBIT. We're going to do the same thing. We'll stick right around that 40 delta. We're going to make our 90 cents on that thing. Or at least we're going to try. And we'll let that thing percolate for a little bit. And then Mags is the hardest one of all to deal with. Because it doesn't fill super easy. They're wide spreads. If we didn't make so much money on this thing, I wouldn't want to even trade it. But let's see what we can do here. I'd like to get, let's see if we can get a little bit more. Um, what do we got to buy back? So we got to pay 40 cents. Is that right? So right now, yeah, about 40 cents is the mid. And we want to go out to next Friday and we want to make about 30 cents. So it should cost us about 10 cents. So that's really what I want to pay. Let's just see. We'll let this thing work for a little bit on the small account. Sometimes this one doesn't fill quite as easily as the rest. IBIT, we'll give it a 1 cent difference and we'll see if we can get filled. All right. That was a quick run through of the account. So we got some trade opportunities. I can't put anything new on at the present time, but you've got trade ideas out there that you guys can work from. Let me stop sharing here. Let's take a quick look. I don't want to add any trades. If you need me to model something, I can. If not, we've already made all of our moves. The only thing I would be looking at right now in here would be I can't add. My BP is right where I want it to be. I've already got trades on. But if I was in oil, I would be looking at a 112 trade. I'd probably go out to about 76 days. I'd probably do something along this 58, 57, maybe even 50, but we can try the 49 and see how it shapes up. And we're going to wrap this up in like 5 minutes, but let's take a quick look here. Okay. You're making $600 in the tail up here on a $5,400 trade. This is a great 112 on oil right here. So I really like this trade. I wish I could do it. I just don't want to do it here right now. But let's put this into the Discord. Okay. So you guys can take a look at this. I will put it in the Tom's Trade Ideas. So Tom's IN. So where's Tom's Trade Ideas? Okay. All right. Bear with me as I get this thing popped in there quickly. So this is a CL112. Boom, from today's Zoom. I also talked about a strangle in here. How would I do the strangle? We would go out about 90 days. You're right on the 76, 105. I might look at the 76 and look to put on a strangle, maybe somewhere between that 49 and the 90 strikes. Something in there from a strangle standpoint. You're taking 750 using 2,700 in buying power. So I think this strangle, it's off center because you've got some skew on this thing, which I think you should give more room to the upside. I like this trade. So let's take a shot, put it in the Discord. So there's a CL strangle. All right, so we got some trade ideas rocking and rolling there. The next one was gold. Uh, we've already got plenty of gold trades on. If I was doing something new in gold, I'd probably look at a 112 here because I just think these are so nice right now. I've already got one on pretty much at the strikes that I would put a new one on. So if I was doing it, I'd almost be right about where I am currently on strikes, but we'll model this one out for you guys as well. Okay. Because of the small trap on this thing here, I think you could also go a little wider on this expensive trade, $17,000 in buying power, but you're making $1,220 on 17,756. This is 7% return in 54 days. That's a beautiful return on this thing. If you widen the trap on this thing, it's going to take it down a bit. You'd make 970 bucks if you wanted a bigger trap. I really don't on 17,456. You're right around 6%, 5.5, 6%. So this is still not bad. But uh, I think this trade is a good one. It's not the widest trap that we've ever had, but there you go. If I was looking at gold, this would be the GC 112 that I would take a look at right in here. We also talked potentially about a strangle in gold here as well. If I'm doing that, I'd probably go out to this 84 days. Okay, I would grab right around this 30, 35 on the downside. These put us outside of our Bollinger Bands. On the upside, probably around the 38.50 range. This would be the strangle trade on gold. You're taking in 1660 on $7,000. That's a great return. 1660 on 7149 puts us right around 23%. We'll take half of that uh, at worst on this thing from a profit target. So I do like this strangle on gold. It gives us some more room to the upside. And when you look at this thing, and I'm rocking today through these as fast as I can, but when you're looking at a 30-35, which is well below the current 3 ATR and support levels, and you're looking at 38.50 to the upside, well above any 3 ATR levels. This thing is a nice looking strangle. I'll put this in the Discord as well for you. So you got some ideas there. So there's 4 different trade ideas laid out for you, even though we already gave you those ideas. ZB, so the last one, and then we'll wrap it up for today because you got to get trades on in the next 15 minutes. So you probably have some work to do on your own. If I was looking at ZB from a strangle perspective, I'd be, on about 85 days out, and I'd probably be looking at the 104, which the 104 puts us below the lows of the year. So I really think that's a pretty good level on the bottom. And then you got a little skew to the upside. I think 126 looks pretty decent. This would give us a decent looking strangle here, taking in 438 bucks on only $2,000 in margin when you're using futures. So I think a ZB strangle here looks really, really, really nice. So I think you've got a good trade opportunity there. Okay. All right, so I got some other trades I've got to clean up on mine. I got to make sure everything is off before the end of the day so I don't get assigned on anything. But that's pretty much the whole piece. We talked about Costco. All right, I'll give you one more. As a poor man's covered call, if I was doing Costco, I'd probably go out to like the 442 days. I would buy around uh, the 80 delta on the leap. So there's the leap that I would be purchasing, which is not bad. $53 of extrinsic. Remember that number, $53 of extrinsic. Now, do you want to do this as a standard PMCC or an income PMCC? I think this is a great longer term trade opportunity at 760 on Costco, considering that Costco is currently trading at 987. So this gives you pretty good opportunity to get in 760. If I was selling something out for next week, a standard poor man's covered call on Costco. And remember, our primary thing here is that we will sell as long as we are below the 21. So if we're going to add covered calls on a standard poor man's covered call, okay, but we're under the 21, I'm going to be more aggressive, like a 25 to 30 delta. I'd probably go out right around this range, somewhere around the 1,000 mark. That's what I would be looking at. We're going to take in about $5. Okay, we have 442 days. Okay, which means we have 63 weeks if we'd made $5 a week, we'd pay off $315 worth of extrinsic on this thing by selling out of the monies, and we only had 52 of extrinsic that we paid. I think this is a great opportunity. It doesn't really look fantastic here on this, but I'm going to post this as a Costco standard poor man covered call. I really like this for the investing account. So I think this is a good one here. All right. I hope this was helpful for you guys today. A bunch of trade ideas. And I like Costco for a standard PMCC here. All right. So there you go. All those trades are popped into the Discord for you guys. We'll get back in. We got a lot of questions in there. I'm going to make sure we got everything rolled that we need to. We're having a fantastic day in the market. We're just having a monstrous up day again for our accounts. Really, we're up phenomenally for weeks and weeks and weeks now. So keep it going. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you guys all back in the Discord. Enjoy a great 4th of July. And if anyone here is interested, I know Igor is giving out a 6-month subscription opportunity at a significant discount. So if you want to convert, and then we'll also be offering new members opportunities to get in with 40% off the first month as well. Get in, make some money. Guys, post your trades, ask your questions, get the most out of the Discord that you can. And hopefully this has all been helpful and valuable for you. Well, let's let you go. Enjoy a great holiday. See you guys. Happy 4th of July. Hey, hello there, traders. Hey, if you felt that the content you've been seeing here is valuable and you've gotten a couple ideas out of it, why not join us and take your trading to the next level? It's the 4th of July. Time to take control of your financial freedom, just like the United States here. We want to get an explosive offer to you. Right now, you can get 40% off your first month of our premium trading subscription, but only until July 7th or until all spots are gone. So let's take a look at what you can possibly get from this as well. Let me share this with you. If you want to get on board, see what we're doing. Hey, here's what you get. Live trade alerts every single trading day. Hundreds of step-by-step instructional videos, an advanced trade tracking spreadsheet to help monitor your results, the exact spreadsheet that I share with you every single day here. You get access to the private Discord, chat rooms, strategy forums, a whole lot more available to you. You get 4 live Zoom trading sessions a week. You get to trade with us in real time as we go through charts, trade setups, and a lot of education with you as well. Learn to fish for yourself, as well as multiple trade plans, proven strategy guides, all at your fingertips. You can see right here in the Discord, a lot of different opportunities for you. Here's our daily trade plan that we offer to you, our trade ideas, current positions. You can see here how we're posting live trade alerts, any adjustments to those. You get all of that included in your subscription, all trades posted live. Everything that you need to be successful in trading and learn for you. So whether you're just starting out or leveling up, this is your edge. There's limited spots available. The sale ends July 7th. Grab yours before it's gone. Use code 40OFF at checkout. You can see more details down below in the description. You can go to mrtoptick.com/income-navigator. Again, that's mrtoptick.com/income navigator. Use the code 40OFF at checkout and learn how to level up your trading, take yourself to the next level, and be more valuable than you ever thought you could. We'll see you later. Enjoy that. Stay safe, everybody out there. Bye-bye.